sent myself into a panic. Oh my god.
Sage forgot we were recording. Forgot he had to plug some things.
There's an interesting episode coming your way. So before we get down to the nitty gritty, sorry, I'm going to let you guys know, as always, please like and subscribe. Facebook, Spotify, and YouTube. That's our most important locations, so we can make this thing bigger and take it where you want it to go. We're going to be continuously working on better quality, better equipment, better location, fucking everything.
We're in the middle of building a studio for this thing, and it's changing every day, so bear with us.
It's a goddamn shit show, but it's your shit show. So, folks, your support is immensely appreciated. And by the way, just so everybody knows, we've made it across the pond.
We are.
I have demographic in Germany and Switzerland.
International.
I think India too. So
India's just trying to steal our.
So for everybody listening, you guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much, and I wish that we could start getting some input from everybody. A little bit more would be cool. I want to know what you guys want to hear. I want to know what you guys want to talk about. So, as always, email meversemeInfo@gmail.com, and one more time with the Spotify, Facebook, and it's on Instagram too, but YouTube. We're on YouTube. They're all Me vs. Me podcast. Check it out. Tonight, we're going to do something a little different. Zach stepped up to the plate and decided that he wanted to reflect a little bit on his own. So, I will be here in spirit.
Oh, you'll be here.
I'll be here.
Yeah. You're gonna key in a couple different times, and then I'm not going to take... I've got a bit of a rant to go on, but I've also got some insight on some things that I wanted to share. This is from my own personal experience. So you're going to be probably towards the end of the episode. I'll bring you back in, and we'll kind of touch on what your thoughts are about that.
And to add on to that, one of the things I do want to start doing as well is every so often, I think I'm going to offer a little bit of a reflection period, whether it's from me or from you, but just a little blip about something that I have found and that I would like to share, because I do have a few things that I would like to connect for everybody listening, because it's amazing perspective, and I want to make sure that I share it all. So there will be short reflection episodes dropped. I'm not going to tell you when, because that would take the fun out of that.
Yeah, we're going to keep these a bit of a surprise.
But you'll enjoy them, I promise you. Yeah. It's gonna open your eyes, it's gonna lighten your heart, and anyway,
might even help you out a little bit.
It helped me out, dude. Some of the shit that I've learned in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, for sure.
Woo!
For sure. And we talked a little bit.
Boy.
We talked a little bit last week about how it, had changed me a little bit, and and that's kind of what brought this on, and it really made me evaluate, who I kind of held close, right?
Yeah. Well, you've talked to me about getting this off a couple of different times. So
what I like to affectionately call clearing the swamp.
Yeah, we're gonna clean a little bit today. Well, he is. So I'm going to bow out. I'll be here.
So what I mean by that is essentially taking a look at who you have in your corner on your own accord, who you put in your own corner, and as a whole, and doing whatever it is you need to do. Like for me, it's I back away personally if we've got what I think is a solid friendship, and I start to feel like I'm being taken advantage of, being used, being whatever, I'll just cut it, and just nothing needs to be said, nothing needs to be whatever. I caught you or whatever the case was, that, so there's no reason for me to continue to pursue that. Now, if you come to me after that and you're like, hey, look, this was a misunderstanding, here's why, A, B, C, and D, or vice versa, hey, you're right, I actually did do that, and that shows me a bit of character that I would look for in a friendship, both in a friendship and a relationship, really. But so it helps me, figure out who the toxic people are that I've got around me, and who are only using me for my time and not being respectful and responsible of it at the same time. Because you'll find out real quick once you stop. You see it on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on all this shit. When you stop texting first, you realize how small of a circle you have. When you stop reaching out and doing those things, you realize how many people are actually there for you and reach out to you, make sure that you're still okay. Those are the people that you want in your swamp. The people that sit back and are watching because you see them out at the bar every weekend or every other weekend or how often you go. Or wherever it is that you go, whether it's at work, at the bar, or whatever, where you see these people that you keep in your swamp, that they're seeing the bullshit you're going through. That they're fucking watching you struggle. All of this shit, and that they're still continuing to sit back and just ignore you unless you fucking go about it on your own. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Some people like it that way. If that's who you are and that's how you want it, then I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm not telling you you're weird or different or whatever. I'm just saying this is how I do it. Now, what I've found from that is the relationships with the people that do reach out to you and make sure and check on you and make sure that you're okay in whatever the situation is. Typically, that relationship becomes even stronger. You've got to understand, and it took me a while to understand this and to recognize it, but it takes a minute for those people to be able to be in your circle again, to be in your corner, because they're going to be pissed off that you just ghosted them and that you fucking fell off the face of the planet for a little while. If they truly care. This is, Sage, you and I have talked about this a couple of different times. It's because I do it. I've done it to you. You've done it to me. At the end of the day, we give you a little bit of space and time, and then we reach out to you and they're like, yo, what's up? And that right there is what tells me, who I've got actually have in my corner and who I have on my side and who I have that I can rely on and that I can trust and that is an actual friend to me. Very recently, I had to do some, wouldn't call it soul searching necessarily, but had to look at myself. Had to look at what I was doing, who I was with, who I was hanging out with, who I was giving my time, where I was giving my time. And I had to realize that some of these relationships that were so good for so long that I'm trying to save are no longer worth saving. And a lot of that came from literally just taking a step back from people and just minding my own fucking business for a little while. And just doing my own thing and just, worrying about work, worrying about living situation, worrying about your family. I think it's important to keep in consideration that some people in your circle that you have, that you keep close, also understand this about you and they know this about you. So in fear of double backing on myself, which I'm probably going to a little bit, but I feel a lot of the times that it isn't always effective, but for me, it's been the most consistent way to weed out who I want in my circle and who I don't. Not saying it's going to work for everybody, not saying that it's the right way to do things, but it's my way of doing things. And part of the reason I wanted to do this kind of self-reflection solo episode per se was to let you guys know kind of a little bit more of where my mindset has been taken to, because that wasn't my original mindset of how to treat people. And for those of you who truly know me, you know that is the absolute truth, that I was not always this hard. I was not always this shut down. I spent a lot of years recently not really giving a shit about my swamp and not taking care of my people and not doing what I needed to do. When I sat back and actually needed some help, and I'm talking like this was life-altering help that I needed, and not a single person that I immediately reached out to even really answered or addressed the issue at hand. And I knew you had your situation going on, buddy. But really, you and two other people were really the only ones that ever reached back out to me about help, and even people that I've been friends with and good friends with since high school. I mean, this person was in my. There's a couple of people that I'm about to mention that were in my wedding, groomsmen and bridesmaids, who couldn't be bothered. And it told me a lot about the quality of people that I had in my circle, that I thought I had in my circle. And it's really made me reevaluate who I have and what I am as a person, as a man, and how I want to handle things moving forward is going to change a lot. You've already seen a bit of it. I'm doing everything that I can for myself, and I'm kind of putting everything else on the back burner right now because I have to. As shitty as this sounds, I know my girls are taken care of. I know where they are. I spend as much time with them as I can. But there's right now is in a place for me where I really just need to take a step back from everybody and as hard as that is, I know sorry, I know that it's what I need to do. And it started with a huge relationship of mine. I'll tell the story a little bit. I'm not going to get into too many details. I'm not going to drop names or anything like that. But I was in a relationship for over a year. And I realized over the course of that year that while it was good for about 8 months. For us living together was good for about 8 months. We moved in very quickly out of necessity. And I don't think that was necessarily a bad thing. Our connection was weird. It was super strong. Sage, you never got the pleasure to meet her, but some people did who listened to this. And it I don't know, man. It was weird. It was an immediate attraction. We hung out a couple of different times, and it was just wild and strong. And that, anyway, took it about 8 months, and then we started running into some financial difficulties. She lost a job. Shit happens. I was still in a position where I could afford to pay for everything. And she got working again, and shortly after that, I missed about a week of work due to an injury, non-work or bike related, actually. And that's when everything kind of went downhill. And I started realizing really quickly, based on conversations I would have with people who I considered close friends of mine, who she also knew because we hung out frequently. But, man, I see this video all the time, or this image all the time. And and I've said it to you, or referenced it at least. I don't care why or what they said about me behind my back. I want to know why they were so comfortable to say it to you. I found out very, very quickly, that the people that I held close to me were not close to me. They were close to what I could bring them and what I could do for them. And the first chance that they saw me start to not be able to give to them anymore, they fucking switched. They flipped the script real quick. And I also found out very quickly who my true friends were when I would get that phone call. Like, yo, why is she coming to me with your issues right now? It took, again, out of the 15, 20 people that we regularly hung out with, I had 3 phone calls. And when questioned about it, 2 of them were honest, which I'm okay with. They were trying to just stay out of it and not be in the middle of fucking drama, which I understand. But the rest of them flat out said, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I haven't seen the text messages. But it really told me, man, it really made me realize and recognize who I could trust and who I couldn't. And that is a huge thing to consider when you're talking about, I call it my swamp because I'm a messy motherfucker and do some dirty shit sometimes. But, whatever you call it, your circle, your house, your family, your blood, your crew, whatever you want to call it. You've got to be able to trust who you have. But you also have to be able to trust that they're going to do what's best for you. And there's a huge, huge difference with being able to trust somebody with a secret and being able to trust somebody that they're going to do what's best for you. And I've never been a good one at this, as far as trusting somebody to do what's best for you. Because I've always said, you're going to handle it how you're going to handle it. I can force you into taking you out and having fun and shoving excitement down your throat. That's not going to make you handle it. You're going to ignore it for a couple hours, and it's going to be fucking worse when you get back home and you're laying in your bed drunk thinking about this shit. But very recently, I had a couple reach out to me, and friends of ours that I didn't necessarily think I had in that circle. She's been my best friend for a long time. Shout out, you know who you are. But I wasn't anticipating getting because of all the shit that she has going on with her fiance and all that stuff. Didn't anticipate getting any sort of support from her. And this woman, again, she helped me through my divorce. She's helping me through this. Has taken me under and is kind of not just giving me the distraction for the time that we're together, hanging out, whatever, but she's given me, whether she knows it or not, she's given me avenues to not just cut everybody out like I used to. She's helping me learn that, there's better ways to clean your swamp. Maybe not better ways, but there's different ways. There's different ways to do it. It doesn't always have to be just a cold cut negative. You're able to have conversations with people and be able to figure out where they're at, with your friendship and you're able to tell very quickly just in a conversation with somebody when you ask a couple of direct questions if they're actually there for you or not. And again, if that person's not truly there for you, then you can't trust them. And if you can't trust them in either to make not decisions for you, but to do what's best for you as far as, people outside of your circle, trust them to do that, and just trust them with some secrets. You find out real quick whether they're going to, keep things from you, or whether they're going to tell you no matter what situation it puts them in, because they're doing what's best for you. It's important to me that people get an understanding for why I think this is important for us, specifically for us as men, and more specifically than that, the men who have spent a majority of their working lives in the blue-collar field. Because we get told a lot about your fucking problems don't matter. There's bigger things going on in the world. I get told that a lot by people, or was recently, a lot by people that I thought were in my circle, that I held close to me. I fucking looked at them one day and I said, "What the fuck are you talking to?" And it clicked for me then in that moment with that specific individual that I don't need that negativity moving forward. I don't need that in my swamp. It's dirty and nasty enough in here. And it was humbling to realize how many people I really didn't have. But it was also really, 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 really good for me. Because it made me appreciate the ones who made it through that shit a hell of a lot more. Like I said in the beginning of this, it's more often than not, it's going to bring your relationships closer, as far as individuals, because they have an understanding of what you need, right? Then at that point, you're able to really know. For me, I'm able to really know, okay, I really can trust this person to reach out and to do, if they feel something is necessary for the benefit, to keep me from harm, whether it's physically or emotionally or mentally or whatever the case is, that they're going to do that. They're going to take that step and make sure, no matter what it's going to cost them, that they're going to take that step to make sure that I'm okay. And then, they then have that on the other side of that understanding, the other side of that coin is I'll do the same. Hell, there were a couple times, Sage, I'm going to ask you to key back in here. There were a couple times that, we weren't talking. We were not, on the best of terms as far as our friendship. And it was because of that. I had stepped away from everybody. Our whole friend group. What was that? 30 people that we hung out with regularly. And I just, one weekend was there, happy, jovial, whatever. The next weekend I was gone. Yeah. And you were the first one after about 2 weeks to be like, "Hey, where you at? You coming out tonight?" Mm-hmm. And for a lot of people on the outside, that might not be a long time. But for our friend group that we had at that time, I mean, we were on multi-video messenger groups and group chats and all this other shit. And we had a bunch of shit going on. We were in constant contact every single day of the week, multiple times a day, right? No matter what we had fucking going on.
Right. And I think even at the time, we might have been working together as well.
We all were. Yep.
So.
We all were. Oh, damn. Mark, Alex,
that was a long
Austin,
time ago, dude.
Moose. Fuck.
Yep, that was a long time ago.
Because I was still in a service truck then.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. Yeah, I mean, we were all in these group chats and everything like that, so we talked every day for hours on end as a group.
Yep.
So for somebody to just... I think I even removed myself from all the group chats. Like, I just ghosted.
If I remember correctly, even after you separated, I think a lot of people kind of followed. Maybe not everybody, but there
was a lot of people that did.
There was a select few that right after that happened, everybody was like, "Oh fuck, god damn." All right, well this sucks.
Yeah, and things got. I'm not going to dive into details on why, because there was a reasoning behind it. I don't ever just disappear from my homies like that, like
right.
Unless there's a fucking reason. Like I need to figure out who's saying what, where's it coming from. You know what I mean? If it was, I got people shooting at me, figuratively, sometimes literally, but figuratively. And things got hostile in one of those chats. Things were said about things that shouldn't be talked about on a personal level. And well, that's part of the reason why me and one of those people don't communicate anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't something that was normal for our group. Nobody took time off from us. We were the best of friends. We pretty much did every time somebody was out, it was a group. It wasn't just one or two people. It was everybody.
It was fun for a long time because, man, we'd all correlate and figure out when and where we were going to meet up.
Yeah.
Whether it was for the races, hanging out, the bar.
Just drinks, just food.
We were all fucking, like, openly willing, and then...
Hell, there were a number of times when, those who had kids were like, dude, these kids are driving me insane today. Everybody come over. Let's bring some food. Let's fucking barbecue.
Or we'd meet up at the fucking spots, dude.
Right.
We'd meet up at one of the restaurants and hang out in the parking lot with the kids and play. We'd all play with the kids.
Yep. We'd park so that we had a square in the middle.
Yeah.
That way the kids could play inside of the cars and not in the street.
It would be a family thing, and it was fucking... I thought it was pretty cool.
It was dope.
Somewhere along the lines, I don't really have a... If I may, I'm sorry to...
Go ahead. I need a minute to collect my thoughts anyway.
It just seems like... I don't know, man. It feels... Something abruptly got in the way.
Oh, God.
And... Speaking of abruptly got in the way, we might have to take a break here for a second. You got it? Can I deal with it after?
Yeah, you can deal with it after.
Okay.
I just gotta tighten it.
Fucking microphone just told Zach to fuck himself.
It just fucking fell off the table,
That
bro.
was cool. Yeah, I'll deal with that. I bet you one of the children was playing with a knob.
Yeah.
That was good. But it feels...
Sorry about that, folks.
It feels like somewhere along the lines, certain people, certain individuals... lost sight of what was really important. And I know that sounds so cliche, and I don't mean it. This isn't a fucking movie, and it's not a fairy tale, and I get it. But so many of those people lost sight of what we were actually doing.
Well,
and they started being willing to step on others to get where they wanted to go. And that's what started throwing me off. And it took me, and I reference back to this because of what you've been talking about. Me cleaning up my life took me so ridiculously long because I didn't fucking want to.
It's so much easier to continue to do what you're doing.
I didn't want to do that to all the people that I've loved for so many fucking years.
Yeah.
But sometime, it became easier for them to get what they want by stepping on me. And my life was regardless of how they made me feel, my life was no longer important.
Right.
And that sounds selfish, and it's not. It's so simple.
No, you've got... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It is so simple to not fuck with the people that you love. All you have to do is just be human.
Yeah.
When you put in a valid effort to step on somebody else's heart, to make sure that their business is everybody else's business because you want entertainment, to do all these things to somebody that you've known for 20 fucking plus years.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, and I did it, dude. I went back to it, dude, time and time and time again.
Yeah.
I did not want to do it. I hoped in my heart that people would change, that things would change. I gave it every fucking opportunity that I possibly could. And we're here with a nice clean swamp.
Yeah.
Take a guess. This is what I had to do.
Yeah.
I had to make one of the hardest choices of my life.
God, don't downplay that, because it will be the hardest thing you've personally done as far as when it comes to your friends and who you keep in your circle. Being able to, I'm going to go down this path again, and you're going to hate me for it, but being able to really be able to look at who you keep around yourself, and as much as this sucks, and I'm gonna go down a little bit of a different path than I thought I was going to originally, but as much as it sucks, you've got to be able to hold yourself accountable for the people that you have in your circle.
Uh-huh.
And then you also cannot be mad at them for you removing them from your life after so long. Because, and I'll tell you why, because it isn't their fault that they were there for so long.
It's my fault.
That's where, and I'm not talking directly to you, I'm talking about me too. This,
right, person to person.
You know, they were there because you kept them there.
Mm-hmm.
They were there because you wanted them there, because it kept your everyday pattern going. And yeah, we all loved them. We loved them. I loved them. I loved that whole group. Mm-hmm. And I still have that picture of all of us.
Which there was well there's only fucking one instance I'm gonna be able to come back to, and you know, that's what we got. That brought, if he did anything for that moment, he brought us all together one last time. You know what I mean? So that was a good night. I remember that because I talked to people that I hadn't talked to in years. But it just sucks that was the last time.
I think that was, I don't think that was it for me. That was the last time I hung out with any of them.
Yep.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Ever willingly hung out with any of them. That was it. I mean,
right.
I mean, I still go to the same bar, but we don't speak. You know, and a lot of them don't even notice, which is the saddest part.
That's what really, truly breaks my heart the most.
Yeah.
Is the complete unacknowledgement of what you have done. And you know what? And I'm not trying to lay that on one single person, because that's not fair.
No.
But I think that one single person should be able to open their eyes wide enough to just look at another individual that has been around for that many years, and say, "Whoa, what happened?"
Yep. I mean, this was, to put in perspective, folks. I mean, we talked every day for 5 or 6 years.
Yep.
This group,
mm-hmm.
every single day, hung out with each other at their house with their kids. Fuck, most of us babysat some of their fucking kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know most of y'all watched mine.
I'm not sitting here referencing to life in general, because I'm not talking about having to go to work, having to pay your bills. It's not the bullshit I'm talking about.
No.
I would never refer to that as getting stepped on by any stretch of the imagination.
No. We're talking about personal, person-to-person relationships.
Right. You having information about my personal life is not me giving you information for your fucking entertainment.
No.
Nor is it so you can use it behind my back.
Nope.
And that's the biggest mistake I've made time and time again throughout my life.
That is exactly why I clean my swamp.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. I could not put into words what you just said, so I want you to go ahead and say it again for the people in the back who didn't hear you.
I don't give you the information about my life for you and your entertainment. And I don't give it to you for you to use it for your benefit behind my back. I don't. That's not what it's there for. I'm entrusting you because I need to talk to somebody. And I'm going to be a fucking asshole here for a second, but I'm going to tell you right here and now that that's exactly why people make the choices that they do to leave this world.
Yeah.
Because when you fucking take that information and you throw it in somebody's face behind their back and you use it for your own benefit, what you just took that person and you humiliated them in front of God knows how many people, because now that's going to spread like a wildfire.
Yep.
You took information that was entrusted to you, maybe even just as a listening ear, and you exploited it because you thought it was funny.
You took advantage of that person.
And I hope, I don't hope, because that's going to fucking end with the wrong extreme. I hope that somebody's ears open. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
Before it goes there. For God's sakes, fucking before it goes there. Because I know goddamn well there was a lot of times that was done.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do when you don't have anybody to turn to? What do you turn to?
It'll eventually overtake you.
I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So next time somebody tells you information, even if you don't fucking like that person,
keep it to yourself.
Then take that information and shrug it off and forget it.
Let it go. Let it leave.
Just don't be that cause. Don't be that reason. So.
Wow, man, that's a big reason too. You know, when I start to, and I'll tell you, when I start to feel that way in my life, you know, when I start to feel that level of down, that's when I clean. That's when I start paying attention, and that's when I clean. You know, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm perfect and that I haven't thought about it or that I haven't, because you know, with the shit that we've spoken about and that we've each both collectively gone through, you know, that would just be a lie.
Right.
But I made a discovery a couple of years ago when I decided that I was going to try to make a change, and I just fell off the planet for the first time. I was with everybody but my wife, ex-wife now. You know, I disappeared. And I realized very quickly just how good it felt to not have to worry about, God, what am I going to hear from so-and-so today that I told so-and-so? God, what am I going to hear about, you know, how shitty I did from this, or that? And very quickly I stopped. I just stopped replying to people. I stopped snapping them back. I stopped answering their phone calls. I stopped, you know, they would call and I'd send a what? Or what's up? Text message back, and then I'd see what they wanted. If it was important, I'd call them. If it wasn't, sorry. And then it would depend who the person was. Hell, I think we were hanging out one time in the middle of that. I got a phone call from so and so. Maybe it was Austin. I don't remember who it was. It was either you or Austin. I got a message from one of them, or a phone call, and then a text message. And I looked at the text message. They had already told me what they wanted. I don't want to fucking talk to you. That's not important. It was fucking they wanted me to like watch their kids or some shit. Like, I haven't talked to you in 3 months, and you're just gonna fucking call me to watch your kids?
Right.
But anyway, it became very apparent to me that I was surrounding myself with a lot of people who did not value my friendship anymore. They didn't have the want or the need, or felt the want or the need to, as friends should do, look out for me anymore. We've had conversations a couple of different times about the fact that, I've always been able to kind of fall back on you, no matter what we were going through.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, I cut everybody off. God, my brain went down a weird path right there.
You know what's wild to me, man? One of the things that I experience, and I'll say it, it's probably not the right word choice, but I will say I would consider myself, I'm going to use the word naive. I don't think that's correct for me, but I don't know how else to better put it into words. I was surrounded by, for a lot of years, this group of individuals that would do things to keep me around, like put in effort towards keeping me around, just for entertainment value.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And finding out that I was the ass in that joke.
Yeah.
And finding out what I was really there for and how they really felt. And it's not even like a blatant bully thing. It's more like, I'll be completely honest when I say it. These people were, some of them were probably doing it inadvertently. There was some that was fucking fully functioning off my entertainment on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
But some of them assumed maybe that I just didn't care, or that's just how I was, and I thought it was funny. You know, that whole thing?
Yeah.
Nobody cared to take a step further and figure out what exactly was going on.
Yeah.
And finding that out, that people would be completely okay with doing things to keep me around and doing things with me for that value, was heartbreaking.
Oh, it's the worst.
And not only that, but it left me stranded on a fucking island, dude. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, it changes your whole view of everything
the fuck
around you.
What am I supposed to think now? Like, what?
Yeah.
You just took everything I thought I knew,
fucking crumpled up, set it on fire, and fucking threw it away.
So now I don't fucking understand, period. God, I hope that people... It's not going to happen. I just want people to be conscious of what you're doing to another person. Just be... I actually had to say this quite a bit today, and it fucking impacted me, but be active in yourself. Be active in your own situations. We get in these grooves. I get in this groove. I go home. I fucking go to work. I do my laundry. I have grooves.
Yeah.
And you don't realize what you look like or what you sound like. So if you take it a step further when you're interacting in actual human life, which is cool.
Sometimes.
And be active. Be an active role. Listen to what the fuck you're saying. Listen to what the fuck you're doing. And just be a part of it instead of being a fucking robot. You can step outside. You can improve what you just did.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No.
I got a little toasty on that one.
You're fine.
I sent her in the third spinning. I can bow out if you want.
No, you're fine.
Good?
Yeah, we're good. I want to make it... I also kind of want to make a point to people here who are listening. We're not saying that you should just fucking one day draw a line and cut everybody out of your life.
No, definitely not.
All I was talking about, with cleaning my swamp is, and the way that I do it is to share some insight on my end, on why I think the way I think and how I, kind of perceive things. B, that no matter how you do it, no matter how you clean your swamp, no matter how you evaluate your friendships and your relationships and who you have in your life, I feel like it's an important thing that you have to do pretty frequently.
And there are degrees in
Yes.
in the said activity.
Yes, absolutely.
Which makes it even more fun to fucking try and decipher. You know?
No, absolutely. Especially for me, it's easier this way because doing it really any other way just takes so goddamn long.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a level of patience for people that
don't deserve it.
Oh, that I just don't have.
Oh, okay. Well,
you've known me for how many years? I'm very quick to calling somebody out and very quick to, and that was part of it. Realizing as I'm saying it, that was part of my reasoning for just cutting everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
Is, I had such a violent past.
Mm-hmm.
Both with my words and with my fists, and from hanging out with me for how many years, I'm not one to back down from anybody. I do not care.
Nope.
More often than not, if I feel like you're going to step in the path of or step in to be the aggressor in the situation, I fucking do it for you. I've never been one to shy away from anything or anybody. But that being said, that's why it's easier for me, because I don't have the patience for anybody to sit around and to try to weed out slowly, who I can trust, who I can't, who I need, who I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fucking drop everybody, and the people who you need to have around are going to come back. Just the way it works. The people who truly value who you are, what you bring, not even what you bring to the table. That's not the wrong word, but not the right wording, but really they love you for who you are, and they truly are in your corner. They always come. They might come angry.
Yeah, but they're there.
And that for me, then I fix that relationship. Then I'm like, okay, hey, I've done it for you.
Yeah.
Here's why I did that. It wasn't personal. It wasn't, intended to hurt you in any way.
Well, that full circle connection is truly what's needed.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, exactly. There's a lot of times, man, that I'm doing it right now, to be honest with you. I'm in the middle of it. There's a lot of people who are texting me, calling me, blowing up my phone that I'm just cannot deal with you right now. And the people who care, the people who are actually there for you, the people who you need in your life, and I'm telling you that you need them if they're doing these things. If they're coming after you and they're like, hey, whoa, let's figure this out. What's going on? What can I do to help you?
Mm-hmm.
And the way they have that conversation with you will tell you if it's genuine or not, if they're keeping you around because of what you can do for them and you're more beneficial in their life for their own use,
mm-hmm.
or if they're there because they want to have you there.
This contradicts what you just got through saying, but also what you just got through explaining about your patience
mm-hmm.
is a personality trait for you.
Correct.
This is unique to your situation.
Correct.
So, having said that, to contradict a little, I challenge with what you were just saying. That person that's shooting for it,
mm-hmm.
that's looking for a little bit of a solution here for you,
yeah.
with you. I challenge you to figure out what it's worth.
That's the hardest part.
It is the hardest part, and I'm not going to disagree with that at all.
No.
If it is somebody or something that is worth it to you initially, then I challenge. If I get the message a lot, especially after my shit dropped. So many people will tell me, if you want to talk, I'm here, and we should get together, we should grab a drink. It's the whole thing, and I love it. I do. I didn't mean for that.
Right.
But if there is an issue, and there isn't for me, I'm content for now. But if there is an issue, then I challenge you to try with that person. If somebody sends you that message and says, hey, if you want to talk, if you want to grab a drink, if you need to air out, I'm here to listen.
Air it out.
Then challenge it. Try it. And you're going to find out that is going to be your point. You're going to find out what it's worth.
And that's just not contradicting me at all. That's exactly where I was going with that.
It just does require a little bit
of patience.
A little bit of patience.
Yep. But and here's the thing for me is, and where I know I don't have a lot of patience, but I put it into people. The patience that I have, I put it into people that are willing to try. Does that make sense?
It does, because I feel very connected to that statement.
Because you should be. Because
I'm sitting here thinking to myself that I call it problem solving. This is what I call it.
Okay.
If I'm talking and I can blatantly tell that I'm just breathing hot air so you can listen to me,
then
I'm going to problem solve. And I'm going to stop talking.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking doing a damn bit of good here because he don't give a fuck. So guess what?
Yep.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Service with a smile. That's so fucking toxic.
It is. But I mean, that's pretty much exactly it. You just explained in a much shorter time frame what I do to clean my swamp.
It's so bad, and sometimes I don't have the power to pick and choose when it's correct, and I will admit that right here and right now.
Oh.
There are some days where I just...
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bouncing, because I don't have time for this shit.
Oh, that was me and you the other night.
Yeah.
And came home, and you were doing something in the kitchen. I said, what's up, bro? And you just kind of, what's up? I came out here and closed the door, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to go to bed. Love you. Bye.
I do it sometimes to people that I hold near and dear. It's not on purpose. Not in the mood, necessarily. But you're talking about something different than what I'm kind of dabbling in.
My bad. Sorry.
You're good. I'm just... when you know somebody's spitting bullshit at you.
Yeah.
And that your words are just being in one ear and out the other.
Yep.
Then I'm just going to problem solve for you. I'll fix this.
Yeah.
But if that person really means well and really is on your side, you're going to know right away. That's a promise. That's what I meant by that.
Oh, no, you'll know almost immediately.
But not by my mood swings.
Listen.
I have them. I'm not grumpy.
Through menopause, okay?
Some days I just don't want to talk. Right. Is that weird?
No, it's menopause. It's okay.
Oh, perfect. That explains the hot flashes.
40-year-old lady, it's fine.
Shit.
No, you're exactly right. And that's, we don't do it on purpose. Let me rephrase that. We don't, any of the people that we actually care about, we don't intend to hurt you by doing this on purpose. It's just, when we go through our cleaning cycles or whatever you want to call it,
Oh boy, I'm gonna fuck this one up. Go ahead.
Are you?
Yeah, I gotta. Okay. I just was sitting here thinking about it, and I can tell you what it is. But
okay.
Do you want to finish your thought?
I want to hear what yours is now.
Ooh. Well, that little mechanism that I so toxically call problem solving is a defense mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of just dabbled in it, and that's what lit my brain up. Was you said it's because of all the deleting that we've had to be doing. The cleaning, yeah. It's me shutting off my interest and ending that and just humoring. That's a total defense mechanism.
Absolutely.
That is me saying, cool, well, if you don't care, then neither do I. I'm not going to invest anymore. Not in this conversation. And that hurts my soul a little bit.
It's a shitty way to look at it, but that's exactly...
It's a really shitty way to look at it, but that's all it is a defense, and that downplays it badly, and it's not all it is.
It's not all it is.
It's a really terrible defense mechanism.
Yeah.
It's something I've been taught over time.
Yep, by other people.
Unfortunately, by people I care about.
Yep, and their actions towards you.
Fuck me, man. That was not supposed to happen. Now I got to apologize to like 3 people. Call my kid. He's had a rough day.
No, but you're right.
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
This isn't a natural thing for people to do. Mm-mm. Nobody's fucking born like that. Nobody's born to fucking just be able to shut their shit off. Right?
No, 100%. On the contrary.
Yeah, we're born to
connect
and to welcome it in, and to
we're supposed to work together.
Yep. But there's such a I don't know. There's such a cancer in this world right now, man.
There is.
It's insane, and we use the platforms. We use all the fucking platforms.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get our voices heard and to get our stories heard and to get us out there.
Unfortunately.
But and I've said it before, I think this, as far as the toxic side of social media, is where it started. Because you look back even, there were wars, there was hate, there was crime, there was whatever. But there wasn't just a general disdain for human connection like there is right now.
There definitely wasn't.
I mean, people went places to be with people. Now you go home to be with people. You go home and you log onto your computer.
Oh, yeah.
You go home and you plug into YouTube and you fucking live stream while you game or Twitch or whatever the other bullshit fucking live streaming apps there are. And that's what human connection is now.
It sure is.
There's no interpersonal tonage and facial expressions and body language, and you're fucking sitting in a chair behind a desk. People can see your fucking tits up if you're a chick. Whatever. Also, not bashing on anybody who uses that shit to make money. Do your thing. Whatever. But I think that level of non-personal interaction is where this whole thing fucking started. And where, because my life was so much fucking better before I found out what Facebook was, and honestly, before I started caring about what other people thought of me online and what profile picture I should fucking post and what post is acceptable and what's not, and fucking.
Well, that's what MySpace was for, dude. Your profile page
never had a MySpace.
Your profile page. You're a little bit younger than me. Your profile page had to be cool as fuck, and your intro music had to be fucking
super
legit
dope
because you were so worried about.
Oh, and also you could fucking publicly list your top 10 people that you had in your fucking life.
Yeah.
First of all, that is the most toxic thing I've ever fucking heard of in my life.
That's pretty terrible.
But no, I feel like that's where this started.
Yeah.
The general disdain for human contact started when fucking MySpace and whatever was before MySpace started to become popular.
I want to acknowledge what you're saying because you're right. But I also want to acknowledge how incredible it is. If utilized correctly, this can change human life as we know it.
Absolutely.
With the technologies available in AI,
mm-hmm.
I'm talking about a different level of shit, but I'm just verbally acknowledging how incredible the things that we have in our hands and how readily available that connection is, as well as how easily it is to delete that connection. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I just felt like that was notable. What? Fuck. I was going to say something I completely fucking forgot.
All right. Well, that's okay. I had somewhere to go with that. I'm going to go back to kind of what I was saying.
Go back.
And dive in a little bit, maybe. Oh, fucking moth's trying to fly in my mouth. Sorry.
Great. Protein snack.
Absolutely not. It's a little bit of fiber, but gross anyway. This whole top 10 friends is where it started becoming a status symbol to be friends with people, to have those people in your circle.
Mm-hmm.
It started to become a status symbol to date so-and-so on Facebook because everybody can fucking see it on the front of your page.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to... And I'm sure it was a thing back when you were in, when it was before the internet and fucking before all that shit, but it was less publicly known.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the encounters you had were more genuine. And you were running into people on the street and it was a genuine, hey, how are you doing? Not, hey, I just saw their fucking Facebook post 5 minutes ago. I really don't give a shit, but I'm going to be polite anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a massive, massive disconnect between, I don't know, the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, into the 90s, which really wasn't that long ago. Actually, I have something to talk about with that, but we'll save that for the end. Because it's you look back at, ask our parents what it was like for them to be in high school. Going through high school in, the 60s, 70s, sometimes 80s, depending on whenever they were born. But, they didn't have to worry about what Susie Lou said to Cindy Fuckface over across the street, because it wasn't something that could get to them directly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It wasn't something that could just be posted for the whole fucking world to see. It stayed in the small community of people. And if you needed to remove yourself from it, you did. And you just went about your life and fucking did the things. Now, you can't get away from it.
No, you can't.
There's no way unless you completely remove yourself digitally.
Well, I was gonna say there are ways. It's just difficult because it's so ingrained in who we are anymore.
Yes.
Luckily, I kind of found my way out.
By diving in?
Huh?
By diving in deeper?
But it's not me.
Gotcha.
It's not me,
Yeah. Yep.
I don't post my day-to-day.
Nope.
I don't have any interest in sharing.
How often do you see me post on any of the social media sites?
And that's exactly it.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Oh, it's incredibly hard to do.
But that disconnection, I promise you, along with what you were talking about earlier, getting rid of the thought process of worrying so much about what everybody else thinks.
Oh my God.
Not only on a conscious level, but on a physical level through your phone.
You will be so much better.
Your weight is going to be lifted tenfold.
Oh my God.
You're not going to be stressed about surprises after work.
No.
You're not going to be stressed about why you're going to see shit on Facebook, or you just take it a million miles, however which direction you want to take it. There's no more anxiety. There's no more worry about it.
Well, yes. I mean, there's I've done it. You've watched me go from posting Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every day,
Mm-hmm.
at least once or twice
Mm-hmm.
on all three platforms. Never had a Twitter, never had a MySpace. So sorry about missed all the fun. But I was posting, 1, 2, 3 times a day for a while there back years ago.
Right.
Whether it was just random shit posting or, if it was meaningful shit or stuff that I was going through. I used to post that quite a bit. I used to post life updates for me and my kids, and
I did too, man. I was victim of that for a long fucking time.
yeah, I did that for a long time until I realized that people were fucking yapping to other people.
Well, it's easy, dude.
Yeah, did you see what fucking...
Yeah.
Look what Zach posted. Share, send.
Right. And that's when I finally was able to disconnect. I don't see an option now.
No.
The minimal shit that I do post for this podcast is it. You know what, dude? Honest to God, I get butthurt when I get fucking mentioned in other people's shit.
I don't want to fucking look at this.
I get upset. I'm like, don't talk about me. I'm like, hey, ease up on that shit. I was not there, okay?
That's why I don't ever tag you in anything. I just fucking send it to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, look at this shit.
I'm cool with that because that's between you and I, baby.
That's unfortunately, as much as this sucks to say, but that is this modern millennia's interpersonal connection.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'll DM you.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that shit. Call me, bitches.
Oh,
If I want to fucking... No, you call me more than you want to admit. Shut up.
That's true. I talked to you a little bit.
Yeah. But, like, for me, that interpersonal connection, I mean, diving way back into the beginning of this episode, that's more important, and that really tells me, who I can have in my circle and who I can rely on and who... if you're getting shit back to you because somebody just shared it, they didn't fucking send it to you. They wanted more people to know about whatever was posted about you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a fucking super toxic way of looking at it.
But it's true.
But it's true. And it sucks to come to that realization that those people that you think have thought you were friends, family, godparents to your kids,
Might have to cut that one out.
That's what needs to be important to your life, in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It sucks.
Sucks a lot, man. It's not something you want to have to do.
No.
It's not something you should have to realize that you have to do.
No.
If I might, I want to end this. Can we end this on a good note?
Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of funny, but go ahead.
No,
I'll say what I was going to say earlier. I mentioned looking back to the 90s for us.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even go back this far, but it's the same distance as 90s kids looking back to the 60s.
Yeah, I was going to add on to that when you were talking about that. One of the things I did, it's so fucking bizarre to me. Like, you have to think, you can't help but think about their perspective of what you and I are talking about was the same.
Yes.
But for their reality.
Yep.
They had their own level of shit, and it was just as bad.
Yes.
On a different scale, which is, I don't know what that means, because I wasn't fucking there.
No, but it's true. I mean, they had to deal with, I think, let me kind of word it this way, and this is just where my head's at about that whole thing, is they had to deal with it on a way more personal scale.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you were in their face. Like, you were person to person, probably closer to each other than me and you are right now.
Mm-hmm. I think that was like full on fucking genetics, dude. Like real survival of the fittest kind of shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
The people were carved then.
They were built different.
Built different.
Just
they were
flat out
carved personally and physically.
Yeah.
It was a different ball game, bro.
It was. Yeah.
People from our era would not fucking survive that.
Absolutely not.
Tell you what, and I don't even want to try. To be honest with you.
No, but it was. They looked back at it, and each generation really has their own way of looking at it, because they all went through it the same way. Yep. No, let me rephrase that. They all went through the same thing, but in a much different way.
Yep, and it's going to be the same way for the next generation.
You know, 60s, late 60s, you know, some people had phones, so some people had ways to communicate back and forth, you know, whatever. Not even talking cell phones either. We're talking about fucking the tappy tap fucking things and the dial-a-phones.
I was gonna say, what was before that? you ever used a rotary phone?
No.
Oh,
no.
I used to love it.
I meant the fucking Morse shit, the tappy taps.
Oh, good, perfect.
Yeah, we went farther back.
Yep. I'm lost. Great.
Oh God, I took the brain cell clearly.
Can you imagine watching that innovation unfold and talk about status?
Oh,
when the car came out.
Yeah, I'm watching. Here's a plug. Paramount Network, 1923, Yellowstone. Watching 1923 now, when you're seeing, the development through the boats and the massive ships that were crossing the oceans and whatnot back and forth, and talking about the end of World War I, and you're seeing some people having cars and some not, and realizing very quickly and very early on that, those were status symbols.
They were.
Not.
Only the fucking rich had a car, dude.
Right. Only the rich had phones for a while.
Yeah. So.
Like, that was a huge thing. And I'm almost positive. No, I am positive that those people went through the same shit growing up.
Yep. Just
in a very different way.
Mm-hmm. It's always here, man.
This is stuff that, our thing is social media and the disconnect from the personal interactions.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak on theirs. We weren't there. We don't know what it was. You know what I mean? But it all started. And you look at, I said it earlier, MySpace for us, status symbol to be that person's number one, number two.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Having a car, status symbol.
Mm-hmm.
For
boy, that fucking really weeded out the shitty people in high school. You know?
Yeah.
If you had a fucking car, and you could get a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a spot.
You were.
Woo.
Yeah,
top shit, dude.
Oh boy,
top dick.
You had people clamoring to be your friend because you could fucking pick them up before school, so they didn't have to take the bus like the rest of us losers.
That's fucked up, dude. I was such a loser, dude. I got a car and still didn't have friends. Still didn't fucking work for me. I was like, well, that didn't happen. That's fine.
But I mean, that's kind of exactly the point here. You know, is people are so tied up, and we are so tied up, or we're so tied up with how other people saw us, and I'm gonna poke at you a little bit, a little bit.
I'm gonna throw my drink a little bit.
That's fine, as long as you drink it first.
No,
don't fucking ruin Jack Daniels like that.
All right,
Plug.
JD
sponsor us.
Black Label.
You know, is you look at, we're gonna use cars again. Cars, trucks, SUVs.
Now I'm curious. What were you gonna say about me?
I'm still saying it.
Oh, continue.
I'm still saying it.
You've struck a nerve, clearly.
It's okay. Relax.
Mm-mm.
This isn't a personal attack. This is just using you as an example for a second.
Oh, damn. I was tickled.
You know, if I didn't know you so well, from the outside looking in, I'd see you, you know, because when people aren't, like, really close to you, they don't understand that Sage bitches about not having money, even when he does.
Yeah. Yeah, I sure do.
So people fucking...
It's fucked up, dude.
People
fucking
fucking...
say that shit.
People fucking sit back and listen to us talk and bitch about not having any money, and then they see Sage roll around in this brand new Dodge fucking 1500.
They're like, really?
Bitch.
Really?
You pay $700 for that truck a month. What do you mean you don't have any money?
Yeah. Who are you fucking lying to?
Right.
How much is your rent, bitch?
So, you use... People from the outside looking in are going to see that and go, wow, he lives in this... and this is a nice house.
It's nice.
It's remodeled.
It's nice enough.
Yeah. It's a nice house.
It's a house.
You've got the nice truck. You've got, you know, it's a house. In this economy, it's a house.
Right, that's where I'm at.
You know, he's got the nice truck. He's always got shit going on. He's got the smokers. He can afford to buy all this fucking food and all this expensive meat and all this expensive shit. And when they look at you and they're like, okay, his truck's a fucking... He's using it as a status symbol, right? Like, I've got this fucking truck. Fuck you. But I'm broke all the time.
Well,
it's still a thing.
I think about this actually a lot more often than I should, and I think it's notable. I'm honestly kind of thankful that you brought it up. I think it's like some people that are conscious of this choice are a little bit more aware of what I'm gonna say, but like my being broke and the neighbors being broke are two different things.
Oh yeah,
I have expectations for myself.
Yep.
I have reason and expectation and plans, and
yes,
my broke is not the same as your broke.
My shit's still paid.
Yeah, I have a lot of shit right now, and I have all the means that I need.
Yep.
And that is not enough for me, and I say that because I expect more from myself. My broke isn't. I'm working my fucking asshole off.
Yeah.
To have what I have, and I'm doing it on purpose.
More often than not. For me too.
You do the same fucking thing, dude.
Yeah. It's a mindset, and people.
It is a mindset, but people take it literally.
Yes. Well, and you can absolutely take it literally. You want to fucking tell people you're broke? Tell people you're fucking broke.
Right.
It's none of their motherfucking business.
Well, that's what I've had to go down that fucking road with so many people because close friends they'll be like, "Well,
I know you've got look at your truck.
You're not broke." And I'm like, "Yeah, all my fucking bills are paid. Everything's fucking paid. I'm broke.
Right.
Just leave me alone."
Right. I had to adult for a little while. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good though.
Off.
I'm good, but
but all of our shit's taken care of.
Right.
The bills are paid. The lights are on. The water's hot. The fucking Wi-Fi works. The gas is paid. You know, you're back and forth to work. There's food on the table.
Right. I call that success.
Yeah. A lot of people would call that rich.
Ooh. Oh, now you're just tooting my horn now.
But it's true. It's true. Doug, I just got out of, I'm on my way out of climbing out of the fucking hole that I dug myself with the accident. Mm-hmm. Dog, you want to talk about being broke?
Yeah. You're right. I think about it probably every other day is how quickly that decline is.
Oh, it's insane.
One small thing goes south, dude.
Yep.
And everything's gone. Everything is gone. The only thing that I'm going to have is the other truck.
Yep.
Hands down. I'm going to have the little truck.
Yep.
Yes, assholes, I do have 2 trucks. I don't want to hear about it. Sorry, I didn't mean to go down that road.
But it is that. And again, circling back to, I can take this all the way back to, the beginning of this episode. And I know I kind of jumbled a bit about what I wanted to talk about, but so I hope people understand those pieces and are able to put them together. But, cleaning your swamp. That is the worst time, what you just talked about, losing it all.
Mm-hmm.
That is the worst time to figure out who the fuck's in your circle and who's not.
God, dude.
Because if you're not prepared for that, your mental is already going to be fucked, right? Because of the situation, because you don't have money, because you can't do the things that you used to do, because, you can't pay those bills, right? And you're reaching out to people who you think are your friend, and now all of a sudden the entire fucking city knows that you're struggling, that you have a hard time, instead of fucking trying to reach out their hand and help you. And I'm not talking about monetary people. I'm not, we came to an agreement pretty recently, that had no monetary standing.
Nope. It's not fucking worth it.
No, it's not that it's not worth it.
Doesn't matter that much to me. What we have is more important.
Our friendship and our relationship is more important than any sort of monetary value that can be placed on it.
We'll fucking make it right eventually.
Right.
Things will come full circle.
It always does.
And
we've talked about karma before too.
I'm not talking about you in a physical sense, but in a situation like this, to be honest with you, it's so not worth it for me to even think about that. If it doesn't come full circle, then guess what? I have my solution right there. That's the unfortunate part, that if this doesn't get some way, shape, or form closed up and made right eventually, then I know where I'm at.
And it doesn't even have to stand with, like a 100% reciprocation of...
No. Effort, dude. Words.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck what it means or what it looks like.
No, you
effort.
And that's all it takes, people. That's all it takes. Like,
just try a little bit.
The effort that you're going to receive from people is going to clean the swamp for you if you fucking can pay attention.
Yep. Open your eyes.
The problem with that is cleaning the swamp in the first place.
It's difficult.
Is getting to truly know who's in your corner, who's in your circle, and who's not. That is the hardest part of all of this that we've talked about. And it all circles back, again, to being able to figure out what works the best for you to clean your swamp. If you are able, I am not, to have the patience to sit back and observe people while still maintaining and slowly drawing away your interactions with these people and doing it slowly over time as to not hurt people, I applaud you. Congratulations. But if that's what works best for you, then fucking do it.
Right. Everybody's different.
Find out what it takes for you to be able to clean your swamp effectively and leave you in a better position than before.
For you.
For you and nobody else. The people who are truly in your corner, I'm going to say it again for the motherfuckers in the back who can't hear. I'm talking to you, Sage.
Hey.
If you... Oh, fuck.
You have to say it.
I know, but it's going to hurt.
Oh, great.
I can't.
Okay. You don't have to.
I can't. I think people know where I was going with that.
Just show up for yourself, Do yourself that much. Show up for yourself. Be there for you for a minute. Figure out what it's going to take. And like I said before, be an active part.
The only way this works is if you're active in your own life.
Man, I mean, I'm learning that now.
The only way any of this works is if you're active in your own life. You can fucking clean the swamp all you want, but if you're not going to sit there and be active and maintain it and continue to clean it and fucking, pay attention to the people who are around you and how they're acting,
you just end up in the shit.
Yep, you end up back in a fucking dirty ass nasty swamp. That's a literal swamp.
Depressed and drowning.
Yep.
So,
Oh man.
well, back to my original thought 15 minutes ago. I'm gonna end this on a good note.
It's all right.
You're good. You're good. This ain't on a fucking time schedule.
No, not even about the. I just.
One positive note that I would, if there is or was a positive that is going to one single God, dude, my English is fading quickly. One singular positive that I would like to acknowledge that's going to come out of this is when you do reintroduce and reengage, when you do open that door back up. The thing is that by that point you'll have trained yourself a little bit more to kind of now you're paying attention.
Now you can see it.
Now you're fucking paying attention.
Yeah.
Your eyes are open now.
Yep.
Because now you've been through it. Now you've seen the shit. You've watched people come in and out, and you've seen who's going to stay and who's going to go. And now you're going to hear it and you're going to see it.
It's going to be very, very easy for you to pinpoint this one.
And now cleaning the swamp, being an active part, like you just got through saying,
yep,
is going to be easy as long as you.
It's like putting a fucking.
As long as you're trying.
It's like putting a fucking filter system on your pool.
Mm-hmm. And you know what, dude? I say it's positive because it makes me smile.
It does.
It makes me smile when people try to reintroduce shit,
mm-hmm,
and I can see it. I can see it, and I can hear
yep,
it, and I just think to myself, like, "Oh yeah, man, you're fucking barking up the wrong tree right now, dude."
Right, we're past that.
I'm
homie.
done, brother. I gotta bounce. I'm out. So I'll see you later. And that's all it ends with, dude. There's no more fucking drama. It's just all right. I'll talk to you another time.
How easy is it to see when people throw a handful of fucking dirt into a fucking swimming pool?
Oh, they try, dude. You see it.
That's what
and it becomes the other fun part is it becomes less and less and less. The more that you don't let it in, it'll slowly dwindle.
Oh, and here's the fucking amazing part of that, right? The more clean people, I'm gonna call them clean people. The more clean people you bring into your life to help fucking that are healthy and are good for you, and are actually in your circle and whatever. Guess what they bring with them?
Good shit.
More good fucking people.
Good energy.
And you can start replacing
mm-hmm.
all of the dirty, nasty fucking water that you had in your fucking pool, in your swamp, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
You're going to start noticing success. You're going to start noticing healthy. You're going to start noticing sleep.
Oh, my God. Do you know how much sleep I've had since I fucking... Dude.
Oh, dog, Jesus Christ.
Listen, but it's a position where, man, I finally was able to figure out, okay, here it is. This is what I've got. Mm-hmm. This is who I've got. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Right. It's simple now.
The fucking stress is just... And it's not non-stress about the situation, because the situation still sucks. I still have not a lot of time to figure some shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I don't have to worry about who fucking cares anymore.
No, you don't.
Because I don't have to worry about who the fuck is going to say what to who about my situation. I don't fucking care anymore.
Nope. Tomorrow is a whole ass another day. And by that time, everything will be completely different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's great. It's amazing. But
you got to take things one day at a time sometimes. And I think I said that last episode.
The knowledge and the empowering emotion that comes with these circumstances are amazing, folks.
Yeah. You just got to figure out to do it the right way for yourself.
It's going to take you figuring it out, and it's going to hurt for a minute.
Oh, yeah. It's not a fun situation. It's not a fun thing to go through. But
no.
At the end of the day, when you can lay down and actually be able just to go to sleep
mm-hmm.
and not be drunk or not be high or not have some pain, sleep meds or pain meds or whatever to get you through the stress to bring you down to go to sleep, man, having just done it, let me fucking tell you.
Yeah, that's great.
That 8 hours of sleep now becomes a true 8 hours and not fucking 3 because you sat tossing and turning and having fucking nightmares because you were so stressed. Because your brain wouldn't turn the fuck off. That is going to be the best night's sleep you've ever fucking had.
100%.
On that note.
Yeah.
I have to work. You have to work.
Yeah, it's night time. Do you have anything you'd like to plug personally?
Yeah, man. I want to kind of... We mentioned a situation in the middle of this for a second. A personal situation. If you're ever feeling super down, super lost, super unhealthy, there are And I know it takes a lot of swallowing pride, especially for us fucking guys. Man, especially for us fucking guys.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are willing to help at the other end of a phone call.
I was gonna say, man, especially in this kind of circumstance, you don't have to know us
No.
to have that conversation.
No.
And I think that makes it sometimes easier. Is if
I never have to see you again.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is like, dude, we're open and available anytime that's needed.
And I'm not talking about just us either. There are people in your life that you don't know out there, or that you do know, that maybe just be on the outside of your circle because you haven't fully trusted them yet, or you just met them, or whatever the situation was. Those are kind of the best people to fucking to reach out to and to talk to. If you feel like you can trust them, reach out, talk to them, open up a little bit, because it's very possible that you'd never see that motherfucker again.
You never know what you're gonna find unless you try.
Nope. You could end up with a really good friend. It's happened to me pretty recently, actually. Reached out to a homie. I needed some help, and dude, just would not have thought that he would be somebody that I would put in my circle. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you.
No, I know.
I just would never have imagined this person being in my circle. I knew we would be close. Not close. I knew we would be cool. I knew we could hang out, whatever. But I didn't think he'd be somebody that I'd bring in. And he has become one. And that was really fucking cool to see.
Sometimes being able to witness that blossom.
Yeah.
Somebody opening up.
Yep.
And sometimes when it connects to you, that's what you get.
Yeah.
You get something that's worth having for a lifetime. And I think that's worth mentioning for sure.
I think that's a pretty positive note to end on right there.
Yeah. Any other plugs?
No, man. I got a lot off my chest today. Thank you guys for listening.
People love listening. I love that you guys love listening, and I love that it's going where it's going. There's a lot of progress and a lot of shit to come. So, a lot more episodes. The episodes are not going to stop coming.
Absolutely not. So,
keep listening. Facebook, YouTube.
We like to talk.
Instagram. It's fucking everywhere. I mean, I'm going to stop saying it just please subscribe on Spotify and YouTube.
Yes.
I need those numbers. I need those numbers to go up.
They're kind of rookie numbers at the moment.
Oh, they're fucking terrible for the amount of publicity we've gotten over Spotify.
Yeah.
Just follow on Spotify and it'll notify you anytime we drop, which could be 2 or 3 times a week.
We hungry in this motherfucker. Did I also tell you that I heard on a different channel? I heard us on Joe Rogan's channel a couple weeks ago. Not on his channel, but like on Spotify and his
God,
playlist.
I almost had a heart attack, dude.
No.
Yeah.
You think I would be mentioning this to you now?
Fucking Christ.
I have heard us on a couple of different, like, just random playlists as far as podcasts are concerned. Rogan, 2 Bears, 1 Cave, and then there was another one. I don't remember which one this was, but there were 3.
Well, we have an interesting set of topics going on.
Yeah.
In parallel with one another, and it's interesting.
It's kind of weird because
our dynamic is atypical, which means it's fucking not.
Right.
So,
not typical at all.
Yeah. So I'm thankful. We're headed up, folks. We're going. Come with me. Come talk to us.
Yeah. Email us.
Do your thing.
What's the email again?
meversusmeinfo@gmail.com.
MEVSMEINFO@gmail.com.
Do it, yeah. Blow it up.
There you go.
Like I said, YouTube, Spotify, like, follow, subscribe. You will get notified anytime we drop. 2-3 times, maybe fucking 4 if I'm feeling froggy.
Oof.
But at least 2 times a week.
Oh,
so
what are we doing next week? This next episode, real quick. Is it a solo with you and I'm not going to be on it? Jason.
Oh, you're talking about the one that's gonna drop.
Yeah.
Jason drops Friday, and unfortunately, this one's gonna drop after that.
Oh, that's okay. So last week's or last episode a listen. Not last week, just last episode.
At this point, it'll be the last episode. Jason We love you, and thank you so much
You
for coming
big
on.
Goofy bastard, you.
I love him so much, dude. He's
Take your hoopty home one of these days, will you?
he's the other end of my dynamic, man. He's illiterate, and I'm kind of stupid, so
Listen, I'll let you borrow the brain cell. You just gotta ask.
seriously, I need to start making that text message happen, because... Anyway. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for listening. He loves you too. Bye.